Baker's cookery video. This week we're making another tray bake, and what we're going to do is we're going to imitate a well-known and a well-loved biscuit, the Jaffa Cake. So our tray bake will have a sponge layer on the bottom, orange in the middle and chocolate on the top. Very nice for your morning or afternoon tea or coffee break. So I'm going to use a stand mixer for making my sponge, and I'm going to start off by creaming together the softened butter or margarine with our caster sugar until it's light and fluffy. So you can see our butter and sugar is nice and creamy here. In the meantime, I've just whisked the eggs up, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sieve the flour. Just add a little bit of air into it. So now we're going to add our eggs and our flour, and I'm going to do this nice and gently. Sometimes helps if you just put a little spoon of flour in between each addition of egg. Now I'll just continue to add the rest of the flour. So my sponge mix is ready. Now this is going to go into my prepared tin. What I've done here is I have lined the base of the Swiss roll tin, and I'm going to add in my sponge mix and spread it out evenly. So I've spread this evenly over my tray, and it's going to go into an oven now, 170 for a fan oven, 180 degrees, and it's going to bake till it's lightly brown and spongy for about 25 to 30 minutes. So while the sponge is cooling, I'm going to get the rest of my layers ready. So in this pot, I'm going to melt my chocolate. So I have some boiling water in the bottom, and I have a bowl sitting on top of it. Make sure the bottom of the bowl doesn't touch the water, because it could end up that it might burn the bottom of it. I'm also going to add in just a teaspoon of oil, and that'll just help keep the chocolate a little bit softer when it comes to cutting it. So we let that melt away. Make sure to use a good quality chocolate, because it makes all the difference in the finished product. My orange layer, I have apricot jam. The reason I use the apricot is, weirdly enough, the marmalade is actually too strong a flavour, but into the apricot jam I am going to add a little bit of orange essence. It's quite strong, so it's only about a teaspoon. If you don't have that, the grated rind of an orange is perfect. There are lots of other recipes online for making Jaffa Cake, probably a bit more authentic in that it does use a gelatin base. It gives you very much a jelly layer. This is the simplified version, and I find it fine. So I'm just going to warm this through, and the reason I'm going to do that is it makes it easier to spread. As you can see, by heating our jam, we've changed the consistency of it, and this is going to be much easier to spread. And also our chocolate is just about melted. If you want, you can do this in the microwave, in a microwave-proof dish, but just do it on short bursts, because it's actually very easy to burn. So I've let my cake cool a little bit, and I'm now going to add my jam to the top. I'm leaving it in the tin because you may be able to see mine is not terribly level. I think my oven's not very level, and this will mean that it'll catch anything that runs down the sides. We want to spread it nice and evenly over the sponge base. If you don't like the apricot pieces in it, you could sieve it beforehand, but I don't mind the texture. our next layer is our chocolate. And we just want to take our time and get it evenly on top. It's not easy to spread the chocolate on the jam, so just take your time. When it starts to set a little bit, we can run a fork across the top of it just to give it a little bit of a pattern. Another alternative you can do will be to make your base a little bit thinner, and then if you cut out circles, add your jam on top, and then your chocolate, you'll have actually something that looks like a Jaffa cake.